Hello and welcome back on the XSBS channel. Today, let's focus on the master data management in IBP, what the systems propose as per standard, and what XSBS is bringing on top of it. So let's see that right away in a demo mode, because on the XSBS channel, we are fact-based. Let's break this demo in 4 blocks. The first block will be all about IBP standard. What do we get to maintain master data and PLOBs as of release 24.11. Then block 2, we will see what XSBS can contribute about the master data basic maintenance. Then block 3, what can XSBS helps whenever maintaining PLOBs. And then 4, advanced topic, is what can we get from XSBS in order to construct custom specific master data management. Let's start this demo with the release 24.11 based proposition from SAP. So what do we have now? In the master data, you can still edit master data and PLOBs, obviously. From the master data perspective, let's see, I want to maintain a customer product, for instance. So what is new? We have first the selectivity of attributes. Now you can define which attribute you want to see out of what is in the master data type. And not only that, but you can also have corresponding linked attribute coming from the elements which are part of your master data type. Here, product, customer. Therefore, I've got extended attribute from the customer or from the product. Very interesting, so that you can compose, for instance, the product description and the customer description in your file. So, and product, and this one I put it here, and the customer description here. Very nice to, and also you can not select some of the useless attributes like the CIDS, for instance, which are jamming your screen. And then you get here your display. You can, of course, filter still, and using the filter you have already created by the past with planning views as well. And also apply a global filter to your full session in case you have many tabs in your sessions. Then the results being as per normal, with this orange color denoted the key element of your master data. In gray, the attributes which are coming from external master data type, the description from customer master, the description coming from the product master, and here, the normal attribute from the customer product attribute, which I am currently editing. Nice. Can be better, but already much better than before. And then from the planning object side, if we check that, so let's say I wish to edit here something which I don't know exactly which key figure, which planning level I wish to edit. So let's say I'm searching by key figure, and then I'm searching, for instance, projected inventory. And then here, this one is part of weak prod lock, so it's quite easy to find back now planning levels according to the key figure. Here on this one, of course, you can still edit the period of the editions, of course, and also define the attribute you want to see. Again, here you see the attributes which are coming from planning level, plus the many other attributes part of the planning level, which you can also use. Okay, and then the key figure as it was before. So here, this planning level being quite jammed with key figure, you may not need to edit everything, and say, for instance, just you want to have these 2 or 3 key figures edited together. The result being filtered possibly here locally or globally, and the result being the one view you know, which is that one. As you've noticed, the data are fetched into the worksheets whenever you visit the worksheet itself. Okay, I will come back to that with the demo of XSBS for master data. So here you maintain your different value of key figures, or possibly create additional combinations by extending, for instance, on this one, a new product for this regional DC, this local DC, for instance. And that's what has evolved recently with IBP. Now, let's visit what we can do with XSBS. Let's continue this presentation with the XSBS capabilities about master data management. So still the story starts with master data workbook. Okay, and here to propose you a one-to-one comparison, let's use the customer master data type. What do we see here? This is the layout has dramatically changed with slicers, with the data also being displayed in Excel tables, which allows us the filtering and some other capabilities due to Excel features. Okay. We also see the color management. We see a number of things which are controlled by a local XSBS settings. How do we see that? So if we go to the XSBS ribbon, we have XSBS settings, and we have a particular master data settings here. If I edit it, and then show you what has been done about the customer master. So for the customer master data type, I have inserted in this configuration table that the customer for this attribute, I wish to have such and such, for instance, field with, okay? And also, for instance, for those fields which I don't like very much on a normal basis, then I wish not to see them. So you see, visibility. You can also determine that an attribute is either with or without any slicer, which explains why we have slicer on customer, channel, and customer region. You see that here, because of this slicer. You can also determine that the attribute is a key, and then also manage the cosmetic of the field. And that's this cosmetic is the standard setup from Excel. If you go to cell style, you see those many attributes. They are the equivalent cosmetic that you can assign to your different columns. Then the field width we already discussed. Then you can also have the field help, which will come on top of the standard helps and enrich what you want to display to your users. And then you can also have checking rules and the field value to determine, which will be automatically placed into your normal master data display here and control the value that the user can enter, going much further than what the standard is proposing in terms of value control. Okay, and that's about it and the base, I would say the base proposition for master data within XSBS capabilities. Now let's go to the third block of the presentations. Now I wish to show you the PLOB maintenance. For the PLOB maintenance, nothing changed compared to the standard. You can search a PLOB planning level by key figures. It's nothing changing here. XSBS is not interacting with this pop-up. So, and let's say I wish to edit product, okay? Then attributes, not only that you have those ones, but the evolution has brought here the other attributes part of this PLOBs maintenance. So let's say I want to add the product description and the location description. And then from the key figure perspective, let's not select everything and say I wish to only maintain projected stock, safety stock, and stock on hand. Then we filter or no filter, that's equal. And now I trigger the display with the XSBS presentation. As you can see, also the layout is quite much different. So now we see the key figure that we have requested, of course, for the different selection that we've done. And not only that, but we have the slicer so that we can, for instance, focus on a product, for instance, within a locations, all product of this location, and so on and so forth. And of course, here you can maintain the value and save your results. So this is not a planning view, so the graphical part is not present in this PLOB maintenance. It's really for the project base, if you need to create easily a couple of those PLOBs on the fly. The next and last presentation for this episode will be about how XSBS can help you creating custom specific application around master data. And let's take a typical use case. I wish to maintain production data in IBP. So for that, as per normal, you would go master data workbook and then select here first the production source header. Then, because you need to also check the component, you would call for the production source item. And then also call for the production source resource, which defines more or less the routings. Production source resource. It's quite cumbersome. Why? Because you will have to fly from worksheet to worksheet in order to consolidate a single view of the same production data. So with XSBS, we can do something like this. See, here I've created already a favorite, which includes some macros. And just for you to know, the master data favorites do not support the macro capabilities the same way planning view do. Therefore, XSBS has complemented this gap so that we can have project like here, this favorite is macro enabled. So let's call it and just discuss about the result of that. Takes a little longer, and that I'm going to explain you why. And now, out of a result, by calling this favorite for large selections, all my PDS, all my production source header have been here shown. I had to first load a number of data, and my macro within this project are recombining those data into a more presentable display where, for instance, on this product, okay, which is produced, this is the source ID. We have a number of header fields which have been reported here at the top. And also we can see on the left the component and the quantity and coefficient and whatever, and also the resource being used by this production source. And this is typical a custom specific application. It takes a day to develop such a proposition, fairly easy, which is really based on what IBP proposes as base data. Here we have seen already the master data the way they are. And you see, right from the beginning, when loading this kind of project, the system is browsing all the worksheets which were deselected in the favorite and loads the data so that in the end you can consolidate right away a consistent display. And by navigating through the list here on the left side, header which exists in the systems, okay, and also navigate through. For instance, I wish to maintain the resource of this PSH. Let's double click and you get into the production source resource for this particular source header, or say I wish to go to the component view of this production source header and of this source ID, and I get the list of components of this production source header. And that was just to illustrate what you could imagine of a custom specific application. This is it. We've reached the end of this episode. I hope you appreciated how XSBS can enrich end users' life in master data and PLOB management in Excel of IBP, and also the way to even further enhance the capabilities by combining together several master data in a single screen, like we've seen with the PDS. If you liked it, a thumb up or a subscribe, it's making me happy anyway. So see you next time, and if you have any question, don't hesitate, just ask by means of YouTube or LinkedIn comments. Bye now.